Well, hello everybody. It is Wednesday afternoon. It's roughly 2:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is September the 17th, 2025. It's a beautiful September day, and the leaves are on the ground already. Crunchy. Look how crunchy these leaves are. And you can see that the leaves are starting to change color. So I believe this weekend is the actual official beginning of fall. My sister's birthday is coming up in 2 days. She's going to be 49. My sister Anna, she's 49 on the 19th, and my brother just turned 50 in August. So there's 4 of us in my family, and the oldest just turned 50. Anna's 49 in 2 days. I'm 47, and I have a 46-year-old sister. So we're all right there close together. We're all getting up to that age of 50. Yeah, so I guess the reason why I mentioned my sister Anna's birthday is because I think she was born on the last day of summer, because isn't the first day of fall either September the 20th or the 21st, something like that. So we are officially closing out summer. I mean, we had Labor Day a couple weeks ago, and these are the last days of summer. And I just wanted to show you that Stephen is scrubbing all the green off this RV. It's pretty green. He's going to be leaving out tomorrow. He's been officially home for 1 week. Stephen came home last Wednesday, and oh, what a week it's been. It has been a week. But he will be, you're going to be going to Draper, Utah again, right? Yeah. So he's leaving out tomorrow. He's got to go back down to Sweetwater to pick up the trailer. Even though we dropped a trailer, I'm not sure which trailer he's going to have, but that was part of the whole journey of being with Stephen over the weekend, is going down to Sweetwater and taking the trailer back. Yeah, for the first time ever, we don't actually own a trailer. For the first time ever, Stephen's been driving a truck for 3 decades, and we've had multiple trucks. We've had 3 Peterbilts and 2 Freightliners. Didn't we have a Volvo, or you were just driving a Volvo?
I drove a Volvo.
Yeah. See, he's been a company driver at some point too. So so we've done both things. We've done the owner operator, which is what we do, or we're doing now with Tim Gentry, is being an owner operator. And he's been a company driver too. So when he was a company driver, he was driving a Volvo. But this is the first time as an owner operator that we haven't owned a trailer. We have owned 2 really beautiful flatbed trailers, and there's all kinds of backstories on our channel. We've been on YouTube for 5 years. For those of you that are just now subscribed, and we have about 200 new subscribers since last week. So if you're one of our 200 new subscribers since last week, you don't know all of our backstory. Well, we have 5 years worth of videos on our channel. 5 years worth. We've been on YouTube in May. It was 5 years in May. And we have a whole library of videos. And I have playlists. So if you go to the playlist, you can go back to the playlist. But, so I'm not going to elaborate in this video why we don't have all of our trucks and trailers anymore. We've got a whole story about all of that. But we did have our court date yesterday. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about that, just because people always leave negative comments. And they do. People always leave negative comments and say that we shouldn't be talking about court, and we shouldn't be talking about our personal life. Well, I mean, this is a family YouTube channel, people. It's all about family issues. And if we're involved in family court, and this is a family channel, and we don't have our son with us, it obviously makes sense to let people know what's going on. Now, those of you that are new to our channel, we do have a 13-year-old son, but he has not lived with us since December. So we have not had physical custody of our son since December of 2024, and now this is September. So he has not lived with us for 9 months, and there's all kinds of stuff that's going on with that. And people would say that we are horrible parents, that...
He wasn't taken out of the home.
Yeah, I know, that's part of the story. He was not removed. So to be clear, we did not have DCBS come into our home and physically remove our child. That did not happen.
Although, don't say that they didn't try.
Right. So we want to paint an accurate picture. He was not physically removed from our home, okay? So there's a lot about that. My son got involved in the court system on his own, and he had some of his own issues. Oh, wow, look at that dirty water. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Woo! So he got involved with the court system in the juvenile court, and he had his own problems, and then things just kind of got out of control in a lot of ways. And there are people who get on this channel and say that we are really bad parents. Oh, I'm getting wet. Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm getting wet. Get the phone wet. They get on this channel and they make comments when they don't even know the whole story. And they want to say what horrible parents we are when you don't even know us. But anyway, so we did have a family court date yesterday on Tuesday, September the 16th. And it did not go in our favor. It was pretty bad. And so needless to say, it's going to be at least a minimal of 3 more months before they even think about putting AJ back in our home. But I'm sure it's going to be a whole lot longer than that. And the sad thing is that it's been December since he's been gone. So our next court date is in December. So he would have been out of our home for an entire year. An entire year. He spent Christmas in a foster home, and he spent his 13th birthday in May in a boys' home. And it's just been devastating. It's just been an absolutely devastating thing for our family. But if you would like to see a picture of our son, Stephen and I went to see him on Sunday. He's 5 hours from us. It's been 2 months since we've been able to see him. It's been 2 months since we saw him on July the 13th, and we saw him on September the 14th. Go to our post tab. That's where we put still pictures. So if you are navigating our channel, you know how we have the video tab, and we have the shorts tab, and we have our live tab, which we haven't done a live in a couple of months. And then we have the post tab. If you go to the post tab, I put several pictures of our visit from Sunday with AJ, and you can see pictures of our 13-year-old son. And he's only 1 month older than Tim Gentry's son, Braxton. I got to meet Braxton, by the way. If you have not seen that video, it's up from Saturday night. I got to meet Mr. Braxton, who's only 1 month younger than our son. So that's really kind of putting it into perspective, but our AJ definitely does not have the skills that Braxton Gentry has as far as all the mechanical skills and all that. But he's into other things. But yes, we have a beautiful, beautiful 13-year-old son, and the most recent pictures we have of him are from Sunday. So go to the post tab and look at those pictures of Stephen. Actually got to bring the Freightliner up to see AJ, and AJ's been wanting that. AJ has been wanting us to bring the Freightliner up to the boys' home. He's in a boys' home, and he's been wanting to show the other boys and brag about how his dad drives a truck. He's been wanting that for a long time, and it's just never really worked out. It's just not worked out, and so we made a big weekend of taking Tim Gentry's trailer back to him in Sweetwater and we knew that Sunday we were going to see AJ in Eastern Kentucky, and so we just made a big weekend of it and had 2 nights in a hotel and got to see AJ on Sunday and brought the Freightliner up to see AJ. We had just got that truck on November the 1st. We purchased that truck on November the 1st, and AJ has been out of the home since December the 3rd, so he wasn't used to that truck. He'd only had it for a month before he left us. So he was really happy to see the truck. So, and then all the other boys got to see the truck and got to see his dad in the big semi truck, and he was so proud of his dad in the big truck. So that was nice. That was real nice. So, we love our son. We love our son, and he's 5 hours from us, so it makes it very inconvenient about seeing him on a very regular time. And not to mention, with Stephen being an over-the-road truck driver, you know, he's gone on the road, and so it just makes it very inconvenient. So we've seen him 5 times. He's been there. He's been at that facility for 6 months, and we've seen him 5 times in 6 months, and I think that's reasonable considering the distance and the fact that his dad is an over-the-road truck driver. So we're making all kinds of efforts to be a part of our child's life. Plus, we get to talk to him on the phone 10 minutes a day, every day, and that's all we get. I mean, and they guard it like clockwork. That's all we get is 10 minutes. That's all we get. So when we get to see him in person, we get 3 hours. But we cherish our 10 minutes a day on the phone with our son. We cherish that. And then like I said, our visits are 3 hours. There's a lot of history behind all that, and it is very sad and hurtful. It is. I mean, I'm not going to pretend that it's not. It's sad and hurtful when people don't know the story, and they don't know what causes to get in that situation, and they want to pass so much immediate judgment on a family whose child is in a boys' home, and who the DCBS, which some people call it CPS, Child Protective Services, CPS, Child Protective Services, but this particular case is DCBS, Department of Child-Based Services. It's the same thing. So when the state has custody of your child. Now, to be clear, we still have our parental rights. Okay, we still have our parental rights. We just don't have physical custody of our child. So there is a difference. We have not had a termination of our parental rights, and I want to make that very clear to everybody. We still have our parental rights. We could still go see him and talk to him. We just don't have physical custody of him, and we don't know really when we're going to get that back. And it's hard.
When you jump through all the hoops.
Yeah, that's right. When you have to jump through all their hoops and do everything that they demand of you, like a circus dog, and jump through all their circus rings. I will say this, and even Stephen's lawyer pointed it out. The judge yesterday in court was very, very short with us. Didn't have any patience. And Stephen's lawyer said that the judge was even very short with him. And we didn't stand in court for more than, I would say, 15 minutes is all we stood before the judge. And so much happened in 15 minutes. So much. So much happened in 15 minutes. But that's it. They just process you like a herd of cattle. You're in front of the judge, and then they throw down the gavel, and you're out of there. So, you know, I definitely want to share with you that they treated Stephen like a common criminal yesterday. So those of you that know our channel and you've been with us for quite a while, you know bits and pieces here and there, you know part of our story. So Stephen is 63 years old. Okay, he's 63. We've been married 22 years. We have our one son together, although Stephen has other children, but we have our one son together. And when Stephen was in his 20s, he was into drugs and alcohol when he was in his 20s. And that's no secret because he's talked about it many times. So he has a past criminal record from 40 years ago, okay? 40 years ago. So our caseworker, our social worker, dug up all the, and interestingly, she dug up stuff that is just should have been long since died down, from other states from 40 years ago. But she dug it up. She dug it up, and she brought that into our whole situation. And even though Stephen has done his time, I mean, Stephen has done jail time, and he's talked about that. He's done jail time, he's done prison time. He's talked about that. That's no secret. That's part of his testimony. He has paid his debt to society. He has paid his debt to society, but this social worker wants to bring it up from 40 years ago. And so anyway, y'all want to hear something really just, I mean, it's so bizarre. It is so bizarre. Stephen yesterday had to submit to a court-ordered drug test where they had to cut his hair. They cut a big...
I need more comments.
Oh, you need another jar of comment? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, you all had to pause the video to get Stephen another jar of comment. Well, this is half full, and that's all I have. It's just...
I'll borrow some from Will because I'm going to need a lot more.
Well, I can't throw it up there because it's open.
Throw it up here.
But it's open.
Throw it up here anyway.
Okay, y'all, I'm going to throw this up here. Are you ready to catch it?
Maybe.
I don't know if I can do this.
Throw it like this.
Okay, I'm going to throw this comment up there to Stephen. Oh! Did it, how the whole bunch of it didn't spill out. Anyway, that's all I have left. Well, okay, so what I was saying is that they had to actually, the funny thing is Stephen said, well, I needed a haircut anyway. So they actually had to cut a large portion of his hair. They called it a hair follicle test. I didn't even know that was part of drug testing. I didn't know that. I thought you just go pee in a cup. Well, he did that too. For the urinalysis, he had
They
to...
violated my rights.
They violated...
What they did yesterday is they ordered that I go through all these treatment programs, and to court order that I go through their counseling, abuse this, abuse that, abuse this, and abuse that. And mind you, when Richie asked them to help with him in the court, I wasn't involved in anything. I was just out on the road driving. I was always between those two, but they've all of a sudden decided to their focal point is on me. So I'm the big fat woolly bear, and I'm the problem. Even though I'm never around, I'm somehow the problem. They violated my rights. Now I have to go to all these counseling classes, and had to do a hair analysis and a urine analysis.
And they said that every time you come
so
to court...
basically, I got tried and convicted in the court of law in Trigg County, and I didn't even do anything.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All because of a criminal record from 40 years ago.
Tried and convicted.
So I had never heard of a hair follicle test. I had never heard of that.
So all of a sudden, I am court ordered to go through all this crap, and I haven't broke any laws or anything.
So they treated. Oh yeah.
Court order.
And
So
the
if I don't do it, then I have to be arrested and charged with
contempt of court. Yeah.
right.
So the judge was real short with me yesterday. I said, Your Honor, it's been 40 years since he's been involved in drugs, and so the judge, he just smirked at me, and he rolled his eyes, and he smirked at me, and he said, "Then what's the problem? There should be no problem. You go in there."
If you're good, then
If you're good, you're good. And then he threw his gavel down in a power trip. He threw his gavel down in a power trip and said, "So ordered." So it didn't even matter that Stephen hadn't been into drugs in 40 years. So he had to go get a haircut.
which is, they call it, actually they call that double jeopardy, when they try and convict you for the same crime after you serve the time. So, which is actually against the law, and it's actually against Kentucky state law too. Kentucky's a commonwealth, so they violated their own laws. They violated federal law, and they violated commonwealth law by trying and convicting me yesterday. Now, they didn't say that I was convicted of anything, but when your court ordered to do something, that means that you've done something wrong.
That's right, and so he had to be whisked into a room across from the courtroom. It was at the courthouse, but he had to go in, and they cut off a part of his hair, which Stephen's like, "Well, I needed a haircut anyway," and I never knew anything about a hair follicle test. I only knew about peeing in a cup. I didn't know about a hair follicle test. So now every time he goes to court, he has to give up his hair and his urine every time he goes to court now. And we go back in December. We go back in 3 months in December.
That's what he said. Every time I come in that courtroom, I will be tested.
You will be tested.
Yeah. And then he says, "You want to test me?"
Yes, that's exactly what he said. And he was challenging me too to even speak up. He's like, "So ordered. Do you have anything else you want to say?" And he was being a real, fill in the blank. You know, you put your own word in there. But he was...
They're little people with a lot of power, is what they are. That's what happens when you give liberals power. Because they're little people. They don't have the Holy Spirit to guide them. So when you give people with no Spirit, no Holy Spirit, the power goes to their soul, and they think that they can use that power to beat up and whoop on people that they don't like.
And several months ago, our caseworker told me to my face. I mean, she just blatantly told me to my face. She said the judge always, and she put that emphasis on always, the judge always does what the DCBS wants.
When the report was being read, he didn't read it, and he asked them to say, "Well, what does it say?" He wouldn't even read it. He wouldn't even read his own paperwork.
Nope.
That was sitting right there underneath him.
Nope, he was relying on...
He had the lying counselor, and that's what she is, a liar. No truth is in her. To read what it said. Look at that, it's gonna get wet.
Oh, so yeah, I have to move. I'm gonna get wet. She told me. She said the judge always does what the DCBS wants us to do, always. So she really proved her point yesterday. She had the judge order us to do very specific things that were supposed to be. They were supposed to be voluntary, supposed to be, and so we said we're not doing them. And they were supposed to be voluntary.
Because it was all lies.
And so, because we did not bow down to her, she demanded that the judge make a court order that we do a whole lot of things that we're supposed to do and jump through all these hoops. And even then, there's no guarantee that we get our child back. And then today, I discovered she had some paperwork that I picked up today at the DCBS office. And believe it or not, she had in this paperwork that their goal Their goal is to adopt our son out, never to return him to us. That was printed in black and white. That goal, adopt child out. And yet we're still ordered to do all this stuff that they want us to do. Weekly therapy sessions, weekly this, weekly that. And they still are going to try to adopt our son out. And we may never get our child back. And he just turned 13, and we may never get him back. When you look at a piece of paper that says goal to adopt the child out, because we're such bad parents.
She turned against us and went digging in my criminal record and digged up something 38 years ago and made it present like I did it today. Like there was 38 years between now and then, longer than she's been alive. And they're trying to use all that stuff and make it present to take AJ. And they set up all these treatment programs due to the criminal record that's 38 years old. And and the judge, because we said we weren't going to do it, well, the judge said, I'm ordering you to do it. So basically, when he ordered me to do it, that means that I was convicted of some kind of crime. And even though I was never even brought into that courtroom for anything but support from my family, all of a sudden I'm tried and convicted.
So all that to say is we have had a very difficult past couple of days. Well, actually 9 months. But of course, we're just coming off the fact that we were in court yesterday. And I know several people have made comments that you're praying for us, and
we appreciate
yeah, don't
stop praying.
That's right. That's right. Don't stop praying.
It ain't over with.
That's right. It's not over with. So don't stop praying for us, please.
Even if they do take him away, it's still not over with.
So please don't stop praying for us, please.
We appreciate the prayers.
We do. We value and appreciate your prayers very much. And
but if you're going to be hateful, you can go somewhere else.
Right. Please don't leave us. And there will be.
We already have enough to deal with without your hate.
There will be people that leave judgmental comments, and you still don't have the whole story. We can't really share all the most intimate details. We just, because see, we get accused of cashing in on our son. That's another hurtful thing, is that you're just...
we have a family channel, so when we
Yeah.
talk about our son, it's the wrong thing.
That's right. So this is...
So if we don't talk about our son, then it's no longer a family channel.
Right. So we get accused of capitalizing on our child's...
So when we talk about our son when he's standing here, it's all fun and games. But when something happens,
Yeah, there are people, even family members, who have said that we are capitalizing on our child's situation and trying to... Oh, one comment said that we want to be such big YouTubers that we are taking advantage of our son's situation with the DCBS, and we're milking it for what it's worth because we want to be such big YouTubers.
yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, we're big YouTubers, all right. Having been reached 10K.
Well, if we get to be big YouTubers, maybe we can afford a lawyer and we can get him back.
Right. Yeah, but we get comments like that. Oh, these people, they just want to cash in on their child's tragedy, and they're milking it for all it's worth to get views so they can be big, big YouTubers. Okay, yeah, sure. That makes a lot of sense, people. It really does. And this channel was started 5 years ago as a family channel. And we have 4 years worth of videos with our son. So, I mean, our son was on 4 years worth of videos, and so all of a sudden he's not there anymore. So there has to...
Don't talk about it.
Yeah, don't talk about your son. Your son disappeared. Where did he go? Did he die? You know, did your son die? So, I mean, because he's not in videos anymore. Yeah, wow, look at the difference. Okay, you,
Up here on the top is where I just got it.
yeah, but I'm not up there. So.
Up here on the top, see? Go back there and stand and look at the top where I just washed it.
Oh yeah. Look how bright white that is.
That's what I'm getting off there, all this green crap.
All this green.
What happens if you don't get that green stuff off there, is then that green stuff will eventually turn black and permanently stay on it. So you have to get it off before it dies.
So look, y'all, look how green this is. So you said that it's been a year since you've washed it, a year?
What?
Yeah, usually Stephen washes it in the spring and the fall, like twice a year, like he just said. But I believe it's been since last fall that he's washed it. It's been a year.
Yeah, I usually wash it after winter, but I didn't do it.
Oh, and this is a new awning, brand new. We did replace the awning. This is Stephen just replaced this awning, brand new, out of the box. It's a brand new awning. So this is a 2000 Sunnybrook. So, and we got it 5 years ago. Okay, I need to ask my neighbor if she's got any comment.
You got this out of the laundry room?
Okay, everybody, my neighbor just gave me our third jar, and it's twice as big as the other one. So, look at that, comment 2X bleach. So this is, Stephen has one up there. Then this is the one that he threw down. It's about twice the size of the can. So he really likes this comment. So my neighbor just gifted some of this stuff. I can't throw this can up to you. It's a really big can, Stephen, and I can't throw it up to you. So we're now on our third thing of comment. It's a big, heavier can. So you want me to? But
throw it up.
well, I just managed to throw that. I couldn't hold the phone and throw it too, so I just managed to throw that other can up to Stephen. Stephen is doing his annual, should have been semi-annual cleaning, and wanted to fill you in on all the news about what's going on in court. And so it's going to be at least 3 months before they even think about giving AJ back to us. But we also know that they're going to try to keep him. They're going to try to steal our son from us, and that's sad. That's what we're dealing with. So keep praying. Please keep praying for our family. We just need to hear encouragement, and we need to be encouraged. So we thank you so much for that, and you all have a nice, blessed day.